Popper will leave it to Rashford. He strikes. Oh, it's a goal! Staying on his feet this time. Oh, they went for Martial! Lovely touch by Fernandez. Cavani! Rashford all the way across goal. What a finish!
Welcome everybody and welcome to All in All United. Premier League, a trip to Villa Park, and I guess we suspected that after the FA Cup tie, because we grateful for the results, fellas, but when we look at the performances going into this game, we kind of suspected, that it would have been a tough one away, the hostility of the away fans, well, the home fans that is. And after leading 2-0, after what I would call a very, very good first half, or decent first half from United, we had a different kind of performance in the second half. Anyway, how we doing, fellas?
Yeah, man.
Oof.
Again, seeing the scoreline and seeing that we were 2-0 up and then come back to all, it definitely, as Jody was saying there now, we put a lot of preams, would make you feel very deflated, but it is what it is, we gotta move on, we gotta look to the positives and hope that whatever positive we had today, we carry that into the Brentford game on Wednesday. But as I think everybody else, a very disappointing result after getting ourselves in the position that we were in, at the 70th minute of the game, the disappointing result.
Yeah. Jody, thanks for joining, man. Blessed night to you too. And as Nico say, we all feeling deflated, but anybody else? Talk to me before we get into it.
Good night, everybody.
Yeah, man.
So I watching the game. First half was pretty decent. I say, Manchester United getting my nice little happy birthday, man.
Nice.
So I watching. Second half, we started off. Well, Villa came out at us. Well, we ride it. And then we score again. I was like, all right, kill off. And I swear, it was like if we literally do so and stop play. I don't get that. I don't get that. I sorry. And this is this is what I will be saying going forward. Players come, players go. Managers come, managers go. But we need to admit to ourselves now, this team not good enough. I'm sorry. There's no pretending it up again. There's no going about it. The team is not good enough. And
Chef, that's why, Chef, I just want to interject a bit. You think the entire team wasn't good enough, or there's parts of the team is not good enough?
Well, I know when I add to what that. So, besides the team not being good enough, we missing football IQ, technical ability, just the want and the vigor to win. We missing that, and it mightn't be the whole side, but it's the majority of the side, I will say.
All right.
The majority of the side, like, men don't want to win, but men don't want to bleed and give the all. They're just passing time, and it's time now. And I've been saying it. We could try to preach it up all how, but it's time now for a good few players to go from this team and start anew. Real talk.
Yeah.
I tweeted around the 60-minute mark today that my fear is that Coutinho is going to come on and make some sort of impact.
Yeah.
Yep.
Chef, when you was saying players will come, players will go, coaches will come, coaches will go. I thought he was heading in directions that fans will always be there now, you know, and the
We will.
disagree with these kind of performances, you know. It's like the fans are the ones who get the better end of the stick because we
Yep.
spending our hard-earned money, especially the ones who's travel to go to the stadium and pay those high prices to get into the stadium, right? We buying merchandise, you know. I just feel as though we getting the better end of the stick because these millionaires making the money, you
Regardless.
know, regardless, and then after the game, they jumping in the Ferrari in the Lamborghini, wherever, and then posting some rubbish. Better next time, and they
Yeah.
going home in the mansion.
Posting some
Yep.
essay on posting some essay on Instagram and getting
Yeah.
a 10,000 likes, and you know they're good to go, man. Trust me.
Yes, I feel you know it's just that the fans we just get the hardest. Cause we had to spend we money and we getting disappointed. We can't even see the team play a kind of way to make us feel proud of now. Anyway, let me get some comments here. Nicholas Dream Chaser, thanks for joining, man. Good night. David Curtin, thanks for joining, buddy. The Vindra, thanks for joining. Good night, fellas. Don't know which way is up now. Top 4 looking real out of reach. Now we go talk about that. And hey, chef, birthday blessing, man.
Yeah,
but-
Yeah, I don't know if your birthday, I don't know if it's belated or it's a come yet.
Yeah, belated, but that's
Belated.
all right. You know, we
Nice.
Trinidadians, we birthdays 40s.
Joey
Otherwise,
said
the
it-
whole month. That's
that's
actually the birthdays the whole month.
Correct.
Yeah. Jody saying here it had some positive, but now everyone can see what Ronaldo was talking about. Even the coach had an Ole Gunnar Solskjaer moment, just in my opinion. And you're not wrong. You're not wrong.
You know,
You're not wrong at
today's
all.
one day Ragnick will not get blast.
Yeah.
You find so, boy?
Yeah.
So, boy?
Nico,
We'll come to that
Nico,
now,
we'll get
man.
to- we'll get into that.
Nico,
We'll
we
get
don't
in, we'll
know.
get in.
We don't know you.
We go
We
get
don't know
in,
where you
we'll get
stand
in.
already. Yeah, Ragnick
Yeah,
is not wrong as
yeah.
far as you can
Nico,
No,
Nico,
boy,
when when you hear what I'm gonna talk about with him, you will understand. So we will
Alright.
get to that.
We will get to
Devin just saying, well said, chef. And one defensive midfielder won't work a miracle. Something off at United. Yeah.
Yeah.
Dream Chaser saying Ilanga was impressive for me today. He looked hungry.
Yep.
Aaron Jones, thanks for joining, man. He's saying, I just want to see a trophy, yes, and give some old talk. But all we want to do, we want to banter with
Bye.
confidence, by. We have United Cave on the inside. You know, thanks for making his debut on the show. Welcome,
Yeah,
brother.
Welcome,
Thanks for
welcome
joining.
to All
Just give
United.
just give you a short little you know, something on yourself and your history with United, and let me go through.
Muted.
You're singing
You're muted.
real soft, or yeah, unmuted now. Just see if you can raise your volume a little bit there, buddy. Nah, real soft.
Hey, I barely hear you. You hear us?
I guess when he fix it, he'll come back.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
you could sort it out and then jump back in, buddy. Yeah, so Simeon, thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying I'm late, but I hear Villa wanted to win, so they got a player to help them. We still
That's right.
storyboarding with midfielders. We just joke. Yeah, Man United, they're serious
Yes,
at all, boy.
yeah.
But
We're not serious. We're not.
But before we get into it, you know, I want and I think Chef said I think I come to the realization that at this point we're simply not good enough. Because if
That's
we could
all.
go and get beaten, and here now I watched the game, Watford play Newcastle earlier today, and I
You watched that
and
game, right?
And that game was the quality in that game was so poor,
Yeah. Yep.
and then them two teams come and outplay us.
Yeah.
Right? So I kind of tell myself, I say, you know what? We just not good enough.
We
Right,
just
but
not
if-
good enough.
Yeah, but if I'm honest, and we'll get into it, you know, later on in the program, right? Our off the field performances have been more entertaining than what we do on the pitch. I'm telling you, because although we have some stuff to get into this evening, and I'm telling you, if you're looking for entertainment, you have to look in that direction. Because if you look on the field, it's frustration and depression, not getting pressing.
Yeah.
You know? Jody's saying here, I was satisfied with the team selection today. So as
100%, Jody.
yeah, so as
100%.
Jody touched on it, let me get into it, and Nico, take me off. Team
Yeah, again, but What's man? I get Ragnick 100% because dropping Maguire, right?
Well, we
Because
get that.
here, no, you're right telling you. Because if it was Ole Gunnar Solskjaer and Maguire come back, that's fifth, that's to make the bench. Or that's fit enough to be able to make the bench. He wasn't
Yeah.
going to be on the bench. He was going to start. And he'd have benched Lindelof, right? And start Maguire. So for that reason, I think Yannick get it right, because we kept a clean sheet against Villa in the week. As much as we would have struggled, and much as Lindelof would have made a few mistakes, I think this should be the defensive combination going forward. Unfortunately for us today, we considered that 2 goals, which again might put Maguire back into the run-ins, which was real unfortunate because I wanted us to hold 2-0 today to see the next game against Brentford what Rannick was going with. But unfortunately we conceded it too. Right, so I had no issues with the lineup. I think Ilanga, the inclusion of Ilanga from the last game, I think a lot of us would have called for Ilanga to start this game, and he got the start, and the start was well deserved, and you saw how the pressing of Ilanga would have helped the team, right?
Yep.
Because he pressed with a lot of discipline. And to me, that is what you won't see from Rashford when Rashford was playing in that position. You won't see that hunger and that desire and that discipline within the press. And I think that is why we were so successful in the first half, because we pressed with discipline today. Right? So I think Rangnick got the lineup right, with the missing pieces, with Scott Shaw, Ronaldo injured. I think he definitely would have gotten the lineup right today.
Before I move to Phil, right? One of the things that you noted, Nico, with Ilanga, with that kind of hunger you saw today, that's what Ralph, that's the kind of players Ralph accustomed working with, now those young players
Yep.
coming through on the first contract. He said so much times, So that is why we'll probably see that kind of hunger from those players as opposed to the ones who more seasoned now. I mean,
But,
it will have the
but
cases.
we as fans, that is what we want to see from the season players. That we want.
Yep.
That what we want to
Correct.
see,
Correct.
and that what we're not seeing.
Correct.
Right?
Yeah.
Because
If you
if you think that's how if you think about it, Robin in the late stages of their game, they was pressing and running hard.
yeah.
Right?
They
Why
had to.
is exactly why did Rashford why did Rashford can't do that? And the other players who supposed to be there, why they can't do that? Why they feel they're too big to do that? Right? Like Ilanga come and take the pick. Yeah, and deserve to start the next game. Go ahead.
Yeah,
Chef?
let Phil go after Phil.
Okay, all right, Phil. Yeah.
Remember on the last show we were talking about the lineup, right? I was saying Elanga, doesn't matter if he plays well or plays shit versus Aston Villa, play him the next game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
We said that.
Right?
We
I
said
don't.
that.
I don't get. Elanga played well today, but it was. In the back of my mind, I almost wanted to see if Elanga would have done not that great, to see if Ralph would have put Rashford on for Brentford, right? But
Right.
Elanga played well today, and he deserves a start versus Brentford, right?
Yeah.
How far we're talking about the performance of the team now, or we get
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah,
lineup,
yeah, yeah.
yeah.
Lineup, you could go into the performance of the team.
No, the lineup was acceptable, right?
It was.
I was kind of surprised not to see Jada Sancho, but don't get me wrong, both Elanga and Mason Greenwood did play well today. So I mean,
Very well.
Jada Sancho would hold bench today. It's a tale of two halves, boy. I don't think this team is disciplined enough to play a full game of
90
football yet,
minutes.
right? It's almost like you combine the first half of Crystal Palace and the first half of this game, and that's the United you want, right? But it's almost like we can't do it on two halves. I don't know. I don't know why. It's almost like we went up 1-0 today going into the first half. I was not worried at all. It's only when Coutinho came on, I started to get a bit more worried. I was already worried because Aston Villa was running at us from the first 10 minutes of the second half. And it's almost like they took the control away from us. Because in the first half, Aston Villa was countering us for about 3 seconds. And you know what was happening? One of two things were happening. They were giving away the football back to us or they were passing backwards. We had Aston Villa passing the football back so much today in the first
Yeah.
half. Why can't
Yep.
we replicate that in the second half? I just don't know. But that we'll take some positives. Olanga definitely played well. A guy that I like to slate a lot, Victor Lindelof, he was solid as well. But in that back four, I mentioned to Reem today, and I'm gonna mention it to you guys as well too. Diego Dallo was so refreshing to see at right back today.
Exactly.
Right? The guy can use both feet. The guy has a little trickery in him. And these are the things we can get from Wan-Bissaka. So, Wan-Bissaka boy, FA Cup for you, Carabao Cup for you, bench for you.
Right now. Yeah. Same here. I was cool with the lineup today. No, I was glad to see Ilanga into the side. I was overjoyed to see no Rashford, no Harry Maguire. I don't want to see them on our team right now. Real talk. So I was happy to see that. Again, Matic had to play till he foot ready to fall off. I don't care whoever they want to pair him with. Yeah. And to be quite honest, Bruno Fernandes, like he take his Viagra. Today,
No, that was telling you, Ralph working on these fellas.
Today,
Read against, but we're
I
Ralph
want
working on
today
these
Bruno
fellas.
come out and start to play.
Chef, I told Reem today on WhatsApp. I tell you, Bruno does watch All United. Bruno has been hearing us. Bruno tunes into All United.
I
and
feel so.
He hears what
I
Chef
feel
got to
so.
say. He hears what I got to say. He hears what Reem got to say as well about his
Yeah,
performance.
I feel so.
All United.
I feel so. Listen, Bruno had freedom today.
Correct.
Them Matic, Fred would protect, but all I want you to do is get the ball and keep on turning it over, keep on pushing it, keep on be the engine room. And for the very first part of the game, he was doing just that. The team just literally with Coutinho coming, like we turn fanboys of Coutinho. we make Coutinho look like he is the big player who went Liverpool and then Barca. We Coutinho shitting on itself about 2 years now, and we make the man look like Jesus come back to Nazareth. No man, I don't know, boy. I don't know. That game today, I just watch that and I just shake my head. I can't believe we really and truly. And again, we was playing good football. The ball was moving about good. Let me tell you something. You see, our two wing backs. There's nothing I could see right now that Shaw and Juan could do to get back the position in that starting 11 right now. I'm sorry.
I got tell you what, Chef, I got tell you what, but let me just get through the comments here and then I want to get United Cave on the inside, right? Jody saying Rashford having problems outside the football arena. Roy Keane said it best today that the club or the senior players need to talk and help him out with his off-field problems.
Was that with the girl?
Well, whatever off-the-field problems that he have, I don't know.
Bye. Them fellas and them, I don't get them. All that money, all you have, and all you just be running, don't get like puppy. Boy, you too stupid, yes. Them fellas had to come Trinidad and let me train them.
Nigel saying you walk on with your boy. AM9 refusing to be among the team. We go get into that. That's on the agenda, buddy. So stay tuned. All right. Simeon saying Bissaka could come off the bench in cleanup time to protect Leeds.
Nah.
Yeah, anyway. I ain't seen Bissaka starting over Dallo.
Nope.
So let him come off the bench.
Yeah.
Nope.
Right. After that gash, Dallo again. In the FA Cup, I say, well, he might not play today, but Ralph said, nah, you ought to play.
Yeah, and he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. Hey, Aaron,
wasn't
good
bad.
night, man. Thanks for joining. So United Cave, thanks for being a part of the program this evening. So tell us a little bit about yourself now, man, and then we could get into the mix.
Sure. What I could say about myself, Barbados, just from Barbados.
Nice.
I'm on this page because of Phil. He's been asking me for months. I mean months. if available. But I took a break from commenting on United anyway. But here I am now.
Too much stress. Too much stress, or
Yeah, too much stress, man. Too much stress.
Boy, we know the feeling.
Yeah, man. What else I could say, huh? Should have been a United fan now for what? Since Dwight York saying for United. That's when I first started hearing mostly about United, and that's when I started following. Representation, even though he wasn't Barbadian, but being from the region.
yeah.
So yeah, man.
Yeah, man.
That's
Cool.
as much as you could say about me.
Yeah, cool, man. Good. I'm glad to have you on the show,
Welcome,
man.
man.
Yes, sir.
So guys, we wanna don't forget you all to share, like, right? We wanna get more Man United fans in on the content that we have here this evening, right? Jody saying Chef always remember form is temporary and class is permanent, and Coutinho is a class player.
Agreed. And he loved to bore United.
Yeah.
At least he didn't get to play it in the Jap, right? That is all. At least he didn't get to play it in the Jap, because I know that is his trademark with us. So United gave, I know we played on the hot seat one time. So what was your thoughts on the starting lineup today and your thoughts on the game? Go through now.
The starting lineup, I think it was okay with the starting lineup. I agree with most of what y'all said. Rashford being dropped, and trust me, I'm a Rashford fan, so for me to be saying, it was refreshing to see Rashford being dropped. He needed it. Whatever he got going on outside the football, he needs to take a break from it. Take a break from out the starting lineup too. Sometimes a rest won't hurt. These things happen in football. These things happen in professional sports, actually. Somebody's just need to take a break. Nervous systems, mindset, something not firing. The game, the first half, that was, I can't even say, that was one of our better first halves for the season. Like, we've been playing so poorly this season. I was actually shocked when I sat down and went through all the games that we played for the season. I was like, wow, that was actually one of the better first halves we had this season. Outside of that and Crystal Palace. And probably one other game, but it's not coming to memory right now. But like Phil said earlier, man, if we could put that together in two halves, we would be in good standing. But I think Rangnick could have done better with some subs today, because I saw when the guys started to get tired. Man, and the old habits started to settle back in once they started to get tired.
Correct.
Even like Bruno. Oh my goodness, Bruno Fernandes, first half. Bruno had an 87% passing percentage.
Now I'm telling you, Ralph walking. That happened just so.
Hey.
That
And let me man talk about the second half.
I'm too sure about the second half, but that's
No, as you say, old habits.
Ralph
can do nothing about that.
Once the fatigue come in, because Bruno's been stinking up his first half this season. Like there were some games when he had like 50-something% passing. Those are NBA numbers. Those are NBA numbers. You can't be having so much play going through you and you're passing so poorly. So it was refreshing to see that Ragnar is talking to him and he's actually implementing it. He wasn't playing hero ball today. He played with some common sense. Exactly. And because so much play goes through him, we needed someone that plays with common sense. So that's the Bruno that I would like to see going forward.
Correct.
Not the Bruno that people like to talk about, these high risk, high rewards. That's so much foolishness, because with the high risk, high rewards, yes. At the same time, high risk, high rewards, the output needs to be just as high. Yeah, and if the output is high, that means that you're putting the team under a lot of pressure. We're not structured for Bruno messing up all the time with his passing. Exactly. We're not structured. We don't have the defensive midfielders to do it. With a better defensive midfielder, with a better team, then maybe you could allow that. But with this team, he needed to be how he played today. That's what we needed Bruno for the entire season.
Discipline Bruno.
Yes, discipline Bruno. But in second half, I honestly think Rangnick need to be better. He need to get our stuff started up with Martial too. That off the field stuff is just going to affect the cohesion with the squad. It's going to offset squad cohesion. So whatever he got a lot of work to do in so much little time. Personally, I've given up on this season. I've given up on this season. So though I'm not expecting much, but if we were to get something, if he wants to get something from it, he needs to figure out how to get the off the field stuff started out as soon as possible. But today was another disappointing game, though. I wanted to see Gerard's side again. I wanted to see Coutinho's side. That's the tribal part in me. Liverpool man. Come on, man.
Yeah, we couldn't get him that kind of joy. But,
I know, right?
The how this football is so up and down is the simple fact that City, we had to decide what we want, right? If City run away with the league, that'll mean that second, third, and fourth up for grabs. Because if City run they run 14 points off right off the top, right?
But City win the league.
Right, but the points I'm making, that once that lead unassailable,
right,
that means we have an opportunity to make top 4. But anytime you see them in a group and them moving up and up, then it'll be difficult, harder for us to make it. So the fact that City win today, I being honest with you, right? I was kind of supporting City to win the game today simply because I know, let them run away, let them win it. I don't know issue with that. But if we have a chance, we'll have a chance to make it to the top 4. You know?
I think that's everybody.
As much as we have the Manchester rivalry, I looking in my best interest, and sometimes you just have to lose to your fierce rival, even though City is not really a fierce rival. But what you call it, a local City rival, I don't mind. I could win it by 20, 30 points, right? Once we have a chance to make it into top 4, and hoping now that Man United will have seen it and say, well, hey, let me grab this one.
Well,
let's take it.
Reem, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know if I'm being a bit premature, but our best way back into the Champions League is to win the Champions League.
It's to win the Champions League. I agree.
Greg, I think we have a chance, man. To be honest, I still think we have a chance.
Because a chance to what?
To the top
4?
Yeah,
that's a big call.
Yeah, because
don't get me wrong. I mentioned I may be a bit premature, right? But if we do get in the top 4, then we get into the top 4. But as the way it stands right now, and the way other teams are looking,
we can't be dropping points. We dropping
too
much points.
If we get a consistent run of victories, we'll be in top 4, right? Because West Ham gonna drop points, Arsenal gonna drop points, Spurs gonna drop points. Right?
But Nico, here's the thing about that,
we
right?
just need to get the W's on the board, and as long as we do that,
right? So, Nico, here's my thing with that. And while I understand where you're coming, because mathematically we're still in it.
We're still in
it. Yeah. But I could just go on performance, and we halfway in the season, and still talking about team cohesion, talking about men fight. Imagine we still don't have a style of playing, a style of managing games.
But
halfway.
But Chef.
So when that will come?
But Chef, you don't find
not this season
a system today? I just say, you saw a little bit of I saw where the team understood what the team was playing today.
In the first half.
Exactly. I saw that, and I haven't
seen that. Let me ask you a question, Nico. Nico, let me ask you a question.
Yeah.
You think we're going to replicate that first half versus Brentford?
Let's see. That was
saying.
Let's see.
Let me just put it to you, right?
Yeah.
No, I don't want to be a downer because I agree that the first half, it wasn't no splendid set of football.
But it was one of the better ones.
Right, because when you starve for proper performances, these kind of things just look.
No, we really did play good.
No, but you saw players. Yeah, go ahead.
But I saw, and I know what you're saying, Nico, because you saw where you're seeing where the instructions starting to take shape, right?
Yeah.
So I don't have an issue with that, and it was clearing the most. So it was most obvious with Bruno, because we know he's the culprit of wastage, and you all said it. He was very, very calculated. You know, he was disciplined. And I tell all the fellas, I say, I like what I've seen from Bruno this first half. He given me a captain's performance. He was in the middle of the park. He wasn't straying too much in the attacking areas too much. But he kind of remained disciplined along the halfway line, and he was moving and making sure that the ball was being recycled quickly and not dilly-dallying in possession. So I was real pleased with what I saw from Bruno in the first half. Right? Now, the thing about it is, I am not sure, and this is the question that Phil asks. I'm not sure. We haven't proven that we can be consistent with performances.
No.
It'll take time. But then how much time do we need before we start to get consistency?
Bearing in mind half
right.
the season. Bearing in mind
Exactly.
half the season gone.
Exactly. Now let me put one more factor in here. I don't know if you all will agree with this. Now, one of the things that we tend to benefit from, anytime you see we go up early, it is take pressure off us, so we could kind of start to control the game differently. We could control the game without the pressure of having to score. And that was due to an error from Martinez. It was a good attempt from Bruno, but come on, any other keeper taking that with ease, right?
Boy, a one-handed keeper saving them.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The second goal that we scored was a defensive error. So I want you all to see where the goal's coming from.
No,
When you look at
outside of those,
but we're not
chances that
scoring
we
those.
scored,
We're not scoring those chances.
No,
Nico.
but
We're not scoring them.
thing is-
Have we been
difference
scoring
is-
them?
But the difference is we are creating them now. From the last 2 or 3 games, I have seen that we have created more chances than
Nico,
we have been creating.
Right, but
for
the point I'm making is because we've scored early, we put the opposition under pressure where they have to go on their front foot. So it's opening spaces for us to attack.
I think the sample size is a little too small.
Right, so then you can't say that you see and we creating opportunities now because the sample size
I talking about is 3 or 4 games. You talking about the one game today?
No, I talking about even the game against Aston Villa. I talking about the game against Aston Villa.
But we struggled. Even when we scored against Aston Villa, we didn't deserve to score.
Yeah, but we were creating, and this is the point I'm making. The goals we scoring is not goals that we make. It's goals due to errors and kind of lucky goals. And I want to see
lucky goal.
I want to see
because dicey football, win the ball high up the field, force a defensive error.
You watch
the highest possibility to score.
No,
a goal.
But watch the kind of goals. Watch the kind of goals. Listen, chef. Watch the kind of goals the likes of Aston Villa score today. They build the football through our defense, creative, and they can have. I saw the game.
Create nothing.
What are you talking about, Nico?
No, Nico.
But
Nico,
what are you talking about?
Defensive errors again. No, it's defensive errors
What
again.
defensive errors are you talking about?
Nico, if it wasn't for David, Nico, if it wasn't for David De Gea,
running passing them, that defensive errors.
Nah, Nico, if it wasn't for David De Gea, we could have been down a few goals in that game.
Continue free for that goal. Free. Nobody marking continue.
Yeah, but the build-up plays, what I'm talking about, Nico, the
The
build-up
plays
create
to
the
the goal,
opportunity.
Nico was good.
What are you telling me about?
Nah, Nico, you can't. Listen to me. And I actually tweeted that and posted that.
Yeah.
Aston Villa deserve this game.
To win?
Exactly.
Nah,
Yeah.
not to
They
win.
deserve something
deserve a
out of
point.
the game.
They deserve a point,
Yeah,
but not
probably
to
a draw.
I'm not going to say they deserve to win the game.
I think
They
they deserve to win this
something
game.
out because
Nah,
Dan,
them ain't
Aston
playing
Villa
nothing to win
played
this
good
game.
football.
Nah,
Them only started to play football. Them started to play football, let me say,
In the
at the beginning of the
second
second half.
second
half.
At the beginning of the second half.
Yeah, yeah.
Right?
How much?
Period.
If we get back to
No, Nico, no.
Nico, the first half,
dominated the second
David
half. We
De Gea had
dominated
to
the
make
first
a
half.
few saves in the first half. Even
But
though we
Martinez had to
played
make some
decent.
saves too. Martinez
They
had to make some saves.
agreed, but Dan, them had some point. As we had to thank God to hear in form right now.
Nico, what you
No
wanna
man,
give
I
me?
can't take it away from Villa.
Ilanga had a
played
nice.
football.
Ilanga had a nice chance. Greenwood had a nice chance that Martinez had to save. So to me, overall, a draw.
What
today
nice
was
shot
a
Greenwood
fair
had.
result. Greenwood when he was 1-on-1 with the keeper and
Yeah,
Martinez had a good save.
and he hit it straight at him.
Yeah.
Come on,
But
man.
what's it? It was a chance.
Alex
It was a chance.
had a shot as well too.
That should have been goal.
And that free
Yeah.
kick, yeah.
Let me just get some comments before I get United Cave thoughts on this, right? David Curtin saying after Ralph decided to go big up Donny in the FA Cup win, come this match and you only give him 5 minutes sweats. Yeah, explain that rubbish. Yeah.
I
But don't worry,
just
Nico.
don't get that, boy.
I don't know. Nico say Ralph know what
I
he doing.
didn't tell Oli already. Go ahead.
Jody said I counted 7 times Fred gave away the
God,
ball
what's that? Telling
and
you
countless
about
missed
sickening,
passes
boy.
in the first half. Yeah, Fred
Nah,
was.
Fred, let me tell you something, Fred gave away the ball in areas today. I was like, what is this man really doing?
Yeah, boys.
Yeah. Kerry White, thanks for joining. This is the Chelsea fella here. He's saying how I think and that is after you all said that Chelsea could drop points too or something. So I don't know. Yeah,
What?
but you know there's
And they drop
jumping.
points today, and they have been dropping points for the last few games. Well, boy, go so, but how? Chelsea, that and I saying it point blank. You know, let me tell you something, and this is the Chelsea fans. The absolute worst thing ever was City allowing Chelsea to win that Champions League final because Pep wanted to play. If Pep had gone and play in normal football, then Chelsea cannot live with City. And that is a fact. You see it in both legs of the league this season. And I say it flat out. City is the best team in the league. Chelsea lucky to win that Champions League. Lucky. Full stop.
I'm glad that Chelsea fans are interesting in watching the All United. That's good.
David Cotton said we beaten Bayern in the final. Don't worry yourself. Yeah, man. Yeah. I wish I can
Bayern, which Bayern?
Probably Bayern third team.
Thank you, Simon. We can't beat Watford, but we can't beat Watford. We can't beat Newcastle. Did we beat all that kind of waste team? But we studying top 4.
We gonna make that top 4, yeah. Only we making that top 4. We making that top 4.
Best way. In order to make top 4. In order to make top 4, we had to win Champions League.
Jody saying, and Nico, here's what you saw today. It's like you give a child a helium balloon to hold and you cut the string with a
Hey, Jody, we see a few games, the other games coming up, man. And that's I'm thinking about that is to
Simeon. That's a solid comment.
Yeah,
because how many times this season, right? Have you seen a United player play back-to-back games? One of the outfield players play back-to-back games and put in the same top performance. We haven't seen that this season at all.
What does it say when the best player for us for the season is our goalkeeper? Yeah. And let me add to that. What does it say in the last 10 years? Out of those last 10 seasons, our goalkeeper has probably been our best player for at least 7 of them years.
Yeah.
That says a lot. It'd be inconsistent. You remember the conversation about Scott after he had that game? What happened to Scott after?
The Burnley game. But he went up the Aston Villa game, but still not good enough. Not good enough.
Exactly. Scott McTominay, like we have not had one player. We see Scott in a man of the match performance. Next game, absent. Same with Fred.
Yeah.
Same with Bruno. Same with
I don't know.
Everybody that had a man of match performance.
Dave, I don't know how much of All in All United you've watched before you came on, right? But we have this thing here on All in All United. Every time we praise a United player, the game after that,
commenters curse.
That the curse. So it's like we know anytime you praise a player today, next game for sure he gonna have a disaster class.
so let me try to reverse psychology. Hey, them fellas is real shit and they're gonna have it in nonsense next game.
Well, Ilanga was rubbish today.
I traded it. It don't work.
It don't work.
But on a real though, if we were really looking for a bright spot, you see how Ilanga played today? That tell me, what we need to start doing. We need to start pulling back players who are on loan now. Men had to be serious about being at Manchester United. You know who's the next player I want to see them pull back from loan? Garner.
Pull
back Garner.
I had to see him, boy.
I got my issues with that though.
I like Galbraith. I really like Galbraith.
John, we have these men not good enough, boy. It's time to clear out men now.
Yeah,
Aston Villa had the most shots on target on this game. Hey, you wanna know what's funny? All the teams that Ralph faced so far: Norwich, Newcastle, Watford, Norwich, Newcastle, Villa. All the six teams that he faced so far in the league, all 6 of them ranked in the bottom 6 for shots on target. All 6.
Yeah.
And we're struggling against these teams.
yeah, boy.
Yeah. Remember we said
40 teams ranked in the bottom 6 are the 4 worst teams for chances created.
It's almost
we're struggling against these teams.
It's almost like Norwich. We all see the team kit colors for these teams. It's like Norwich turned Brazil, Newcastle turned Juventus. It's almost
Wolves was the next one.
Prime Juventus. Prime
Yeah,
Juventus.
Wolves was the next one. Whew.
Wolves.
Yeah.
Chef.
Yo.
There's our next Chelsea fan. He's saying how. Just tell him off again. Where you tell the first one? Go
What?
from here.
They was lucky to win Champions League. That is why they get out. Chelsea played today. Because to me it was City playing against 11 cones. I see the best player Kante, De Bruyne do that what he want today.
Hey,
About
Kevin,
how.
thanks for joining, man. Thanks for joining. We love to get
And
the
all the
Liverpool
talk
fans on
that
the
they give,
inside.
all of the talk they give Manchester, they still can't beat we. Boy, Chelsea could go so, boy. Chelsea not winning nothing this season. Nothing.
But the Venture Baz is saying our mid-course the goals didn't track midfield runs. Fred first goal and Matic second goal. You know, earlier as I read that comment there, right? We were talking about Ragnick always talked about control. And
Control.
yeah, and based on how the game started, I found that Matic kind of key to that element of control because he just bring that kind of calming influence in the game. However, Matic cannot play full 90s. I know already it's in the past, play Matic until the bar on red, Phil, or you say it's on red.
Which is about the 60th minute.
Which
But
is
about
we
the
can't,
60th minute.
we can't play Matic for full 90s because what is
I'll tell you something,
happening is
Matic.
he just started to get tired and started to do shopping and could foul men and get sent
Matic
off.
did look rose today around the 50th. Eh?
Yeah. It's a
But don't forget, a couple months I said, if this was FIFA and Matic is in green, you're playing. If Matic is in orange, you're still playing. But if Matic gets to red in FIFA, you got to take him off. Around the 60th minute, Matic was in red. I don't know why.
Yeah. And this is what I was saying about Ralph today that disappointed me.
I disagree with this comment.
Because I find he had to. Dan, it was very apparent that Matic was behind the game. Matic was rose because they were coming at us. As the manager, make a freaking change, yo.
Yeah.
You have Donny, you have Lings on the bench, you have men who's runners. Bring men that when the little sweat them fellas get what it is. You saw them fellas know how to control a game. When I saw the lack of subs today, I just was like, wait, boy. According to Phil, the German Ole boy.
Nah, man.
Well, as you mentioned, it's flowing right into the comments here. So, Kristen, thanks for joining, man. He's saying it's like all still in charge. Nico, you said you didn't agree?
No, I disagree because on that Ollie, right? You're seeing Maguire till he
Oh God!
fall off. We are seeing Wan Bissaka till he know he left foot from the right foot. We are seeing Shaw lazy, right? Shaw lazy here, want to run back, you need jogging back, right? So you look Dalo. You wasn't seeing where Dalo come from?
Well, you want the worst thing I did a couple years ago was to hit alert me about notifications when Manchester United post, right? Saturday, Manchester United were praising Donny van de Beek or how he performed versus Aston Villa last season. And we're seeing these clips how Donny van de Beek was playing so well. And this on Friday. You know, Saturday come where Donny van de Beek is on the bench.
Yeah.
Don't worry. The same
That was
Friday.
expected.
Ralph is bigging up Donny, saying, "Oh, Donny
But
should
that was
stay."
expected.
You know,
I thought,
That was
and
expected.
customary.
I
I'm
thought
say
it would
this
have been
right.
different. And I thought it would have been different under a different manager. That's what I'm trying to
It's
say.
Nah.
no
Yeah,
different.
but maybe with him, but with other players, you see the difference. Because one Basaka on only one Basaka we play until whenever. Sure, same thing.
No, but
Lindelof would have been on the bench today. Lindelof would
Nico,
have been on the
let
bench today for
me
sure.
ask you all this question,
Rashford
right?
would have continued to play and run the team down to the ground.
Let me ask you all this
Right.
question. Can Manchester United afford to lose Paul Pogba?
Nah, not right now. No.
No, right?
In the summer,
Not right
but not
now.
in the summer,
Not-
but not
No,
now.
no,
In
no.
the summer. I thought not now.
Be it now, be it in the summer. Can
Yeah, I
we
think in the
afford to
summer.
lose it?
I
Not
think in the
now.
summer.
No.
Not
see,
now. I
you know
think
what?
in the
No.
summer we could get some. I think we could get.
And
we
here's
get
why
a
I
few players to try to cover for Pogba.
here's why I asked that question, right? Because the way Manchester United is moving right now is like the make up the mind, Pogba gone. Cool. But if Pogba is gone, then you have to have some kind of continuancy plan
Yeah.
of
We don't have
who is going to be playing in the center there. And you have
we have
Donny
nobody.
van der Beek,
We had
who
nobody.
is, and you're not trying nothing, boy. So, and we can't depend on Bruno Fernandes alone.
Yeah.
So let's be real.
we don't have that.
I know Cave
We had to
had
get
a
quality
point.
in the middle of
I
the
know
field. We
Cave,
had to get
I know
quality in
Cave
the
wanted to
middle
make
of
a point. I don't know if you still want to make the point before we move on.
Huh?
I know you wanted to make a point.
Oh, about Ragnet.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shoot, what do I wanted to say now? Oh, that Ragnet man. Wait, what was I wanted to say? I forgot, man. I honestly
Yeah,
forgot.
but well, for me,
It'll come back to you, man.
yeah, for me, Ragnick suspect dog, the jury out, and I said every show. Ragnick suspect dog, Nico.
Suspect, boy.
Let me hear how we suspect. Let me hear how we suspect.
Suspect.
No, I want to hear. Let me hear how we suspect.
Let me tell you why. Let me go
hear.
into it. You want to go into it?
Let me reach now.
let me talk about match.
Let me get into it.
Let me talk about the weekly Martial segment. Go ahead and read.
Right.
We know it's coming.
Let me
We
go
know
into
it's
this
coming.
segment, man.
Let me get some comments before we go there, right? Because the comments coming through, right? Jody saying, Nico, I can only judge on the games that played. 8 don't know what to expect in the future games. And I have too much hope now. Yeah. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
I agree.
they've been just saying Ralph tactic in the EPL is rubbish. Masterclass
Yeah, we
in
had
the
to take
Champions
time,
League.
man. We had to take time all year.
Yeah, he only has 6 months.
Yeah.
I remember that. So I mean, how much
But
I
time
know
was
saying
it?
he preparing
After-
a system for the next coach.
All right.
After 3 years of Ole, United fans have barely to talk about rubbish. Eh? Well, let the man play.
Yeah, I said.
Kevin Lane, the Chelsea man, saying if you're looking for a bright team, come to the bridge, Chelsea FC. Hear this, do me a favor, share and like the video. All right, moving on.
That's the best thing you could do.
Yeah. Jody's saying I watch
I be Ghana.
Ghana. Okay,
Yeah,
Ghana
Ghana.
performance in the cup. He was pretty good.
He's been having a good season.
Yeah. Dream Chaser saying what's going on with Ahmad. Man can't even. Yeah, boy.
And he was a real bright spot there. But
Yeah. Kerry White, the next Chelsea man from YouTube. Thanks for joining, buddy. He's saying one time KDB get through. We have
What?
taken 5 from City though.
How much points he does get for taking 5 and taking 2? How much points he does get?
He said make Coutinho look like Liverpool Coutinho.
Nonsense, focus.
Kerry, share like the video.
I know what's going on with that Chelsea fan, you know. Chelsea don't have nothing like this for him to talk on, so you have to come. We understand. We
No,
understand.
but we still appreciate all the
Yeah,
shares,
yeah,
the likes,
yeah.
the comments. You know, keep it
The
coming.
real
We don't
houseboys of
mind.
Manchester United.
Yeah. Ralph had to admit a mistake by not making subs earlier. Yeah, I think we talked about
Yeah,
it.
yeah,
Yeah. They were just saying something is happening that we're not seeing with Donny. We have to think Ralph, Carrick, and Ollie saw something that
It
stopping
had to
him.
be something.
Because logically, he can't be that lockout of the
Yeah.
yeah.
I had to agree with that.
and I agree
It has to be
100%. And I
something.
was saying,
Remember, we had
Actually,
this big
The elephant in
argument
the room. The
about
elephant
what's going on in the
room.
locker. We don't know.
Yeah, but I
Muff,
can
Muff,
say
Muff
something.
fits my hat.
I
Muff
can
fits
say
my
I
hat.
Elephant in
can
the room.
say something. I can say something as
But
well.
yeah, but let me
because-
go to the weekly Martial segment now.
Phil had something to say.
Go ahead, Phil.
I was gonna say, yeah, these guys are not seeing what Donny is doing in training. You guys call 3 managers. Don't get me wrong, but these 3 managers also think that Scott McTominay should be starting every single week as well too, including Jose Mourinho.
True.
Yeah, but that's what we have. Phil, that's what we have, now. That's what we have.
You trying to tell me that 4 managers gonna go in the market and buy a defensive midfielder? 4
That's a
managers.
problem.
No.
That is a
With-
problem.
With that United board who making billions every season and then losing out, them cool.
Something fundamentally wrong with the club, man.
It is.
I
The
feel Oli
managers
wants
and
to.
players take all the slack, but something fundamentally wrong with
Listen,
the club
we-
background, with the board.
Since you telling me, since Roy Keane, we have not replaced our position as a defensive mid, an enforcer. We have not had a proper one of that in over 10, 12 years now.
The best box to box since Roy Keane was Ander Herrera, and I can't think of anybody else.
Yeah, we have not replaced
Terrible.
that. And isn't it a kind of ironic that not replacing that position kind of coincides with our downward slide?
Of course. Could I say engine room, chef?
Huh?
If you have nothing in your engine room, if your engine had nothing in it, how you expect for
What you
the front wheel and the back and the rear wheel to move? Right?
Because
By the
football,
breeze, with the breeze.
football is a lot more than prettiness, you know.
Yeah.
You need any team that tell you they don't need that player who to dig in, and that's why you just have to rate Kante, because
course.
Chelsea not going nowhere without he.
Exactly. The man, he either win the league with Leicester, leave Leicester, and gonna win the league with Chelsea. That's
Oh.
just so.
Reem, tell us why Ralph is a Muppet, and tell us about Martial, man. Tell us, man. Tell us.
Yeah.
Reem, Reem, go ahead.
Fix your hat. Make
Fix
sure
your
it
hat,
comes straight.
fix your hat, brush your teeth, turn up the volume, everything, man.
Ragnick versus Martial. Oh my God.
Jesus
Martial lost that
Christ,
battle,
man.
boy. I don't
No.
know versus, boy.
Now, Reem,
I don't know.
Reem, it is 53-18. You have at least still 56, eh? So go ahead. We waited.
No, basically what we're gonna do is just talk about what happened today, because Ragnick was asked about Martial, right? And he said, I would get the quote, but I'll put him on the spot quick now. I was hoping to get something before this. But anyway, so he said something to the effect that Martial didn't want to be part of the squad today. Right? And that's why he was not part of the squad. And later on today, Martial responded on Instagram stating, let me get it. Reading he comment. Ralph is a neg.
And this is our authentic thing, right?
Yeah. Straight up.
Cool.
He said, Marcel said, I will, okay, let me just get Ralph comments, right? Ralph say, he didn't want to be in the squad. He would have been in the squad normally, but he didn't want to, and that was the reason why he didn't travel with us yesterday. Right? And then Marcel responded on Instagram saying, I will never refuse to play a match for Man United. I've been here for 7 years and I never disrespected and will never disrespect the club and the fans. Right? So, let me tell you my take on this, right? Because I found it very, very strange how the sequence of events took place. Right now, I'm going into my little conspiracy theories, right? Because, I mean, none of we know, none of we just be inside Old Trafford offices, right? Now, I just want to track back a little bit to the matter with Rashford. When Rashford was going through his poor run of form, right, they asked Ragnick about it, and Ragnick, see what he had to say, and then all the different journalists, like clockwork on social media, came out to defend Rashford, saying that he quizzing Ronaldo, this, that, the other, all kind of things. So much so that they reached to the extent where they were blaming Oli. Say when he went to Oli for advice, Oli turning back, all kind of things. So the medias were briefed, the media houses were briefed, and everybody came out to protect Man United's darling, right? Today, when the question was asked to Ralph, No, let me take you back a little more. Sorry. When Marcel went and asked for his transfer, right? When Ralph came, Ralph say, nobody should ask to leave Man United. If you don't want to be here, I'm not begging you. You could go your way, right? So Marcel approached him and said, I want to leave. He said, he understand, he respect it. Cavani tell him he want to leave. He said, no. Right, I want to stay. Henderson say he wanted to leave. He said, no, you had to stay. Donny, he said, nah, you had to stay. Right? So Marcel has not been playing. Right? The reporter a couple of weeks ago asked Ragnick, why is Anthony Marcel not in the team? He said Anthony Marcel is not with his squad because he is seeking a transfer out of the club. Right? All of a sudden, the team playing rubbish. Right? The team since then never asked about Anthony Martial. All of a sudden today, they ask where Anthony Martial is. And when he asks about Anthony Martial, Ragnick say that he's not with his squad. We wanted him to be here and he's not here. What changed? Anyway, hold on.
The agenda,
Soon as Ragnick said that, if it has been on social media, all these journalists started to come out with the same reports about, Marcel has always been causing trouble, and all of them making a reference to the time when he left camp with Mourinho to check his son. Who. Listen, this was a direct attack and a plan. I don't know what was the intention behind it at Martial. Martial is a scapegoat, and the other thing as well, this was a deflection from the performance because nobody on social media talking about the game, you know? Everybody talking about how Anthony Martial is no good, leave the club, if you don't want to stay, leave. Nobody talking about this game and the performance today and how we blow a 2-goal lead to draw against Aston Villa. But all these reporters who normally coming out and saying this and that and the other about the performances and giving player ratings and talking about this player and that player, none of them had nothing to talk about the game. It was the game, ting, Anthony Martial, disrespect. You understand what I'm saying? So I was confused. I was like, but Marcel never do this before. Everybody know the kind of relationship he had with Jose Mourinho. Marcel ever end up coming out and say he's not going to play? That you ever hear that happen? Right? Even with Oli, when Oli did drop him and Marcel was on the bench, Marcel never said he want to play. So I find it strange that all of a sudden, this new manager come in, 6 games in, you ain't getting selected. All of a sudden, where Martial? That is too weird to me. That's too strange to me. And I went to check Nico. I went to check the interview, that press conference on Manchester United TV. And after Ragnick answered the question, the interview cut. Right? All he says, he say, Marcel is not here, ting, and then the interview cut. So I am telling you, just let me wrap it up here.
Go ahead.
Marcel had said from earlier o'clock he wanted to leave. So I didn't know he was leaving. But don't throw the player under the bus. Since Ragnick here, Ragnick has not thrown any other player under the bus. So why it is for this particular player who want to leave, you will come and say something like that? Nah. That was instructions.
I want to add to that too.
Yeah, and that was instructions from on top. And that proved to me that Ragnick is a yes man. And that is why from now on, I have nothing for Ragnick, dog. I'm telling you.
Go ahead, Kev.
And to add to what you're saying, that was like in December when Ragnick said Martial was injured, and Martial's wife came out and said, "Hey, he's being healthy and fine." It's like Martial being scapegoated. At what cost? For what reason? We don't know why. I ain't go as far as to say it's coming down from the top, but in this time and age, right, when black players are being so racially abused, for Ragnick to come out and say something like that, I lost respect for him, man. He or the club need to come out and make a statement apologizing or to quell this situation, because I could just imagine how Martial's inbox and his wife's inbox and the comment sections, I could just imagine the amount of racial hate that this man got.
Abuse.
That because of that comment. So the club or Ragnick, they need to come out and say something, because even if it's miscommunication, even if it's miscommunication, they have to do something to quell this. No, in these days and time, you have to do something to correct that. That's nonsense. You don't throw a player under the bus like that for what? For what reason?
Because
would say this,
look even Cave. Just now, chef. Look even Cave.
Yeah.
When Rashford been performing poorly, they know, because remember they have their social media officers monitoring the content. They know that the fan base was going on Rashford, so they came out and they had to say things to protect the player. Why you will come all of a sudden now and throw Marcel under the bus?
Because Martial is not English. Martial is not feeding 1 million children. He's not.
Also, I think is also more going on within the club, of course, that we doesn't know. We know Martial want to leave, but I also think the club is making it very difficult for him to leave, because Sevilla, we all know that Sevilla is the front runner for Martial, and Sevilla want to pay a certain amount, right? And because Man United is not accepting that, I think there are a lot of internal issues going on behind the scenes with Martial, because he wants to leave. So I think all of this would have stemmed from that, because he wants to leave. Sevilla would have put in a bid. United is not accepting it, and I think that is where everything stemmed from. And I think the only how this will really be quelled is if Martial gets his opportunity to leave.
I would say this, and this is the part that I said I agree with Reem with. Couple of things. Every season, we try to put the blame on a player. Every single season. We look for a player to blame the nonsense on. That's one. Secondly, we need to be straight up and fair across the board. Because if Mourinho had done exactly this, we would have crucified him. It had ways and means to do that. It had ways and means to do that. That wasn't cool what he did to Martial. Even, and I'm not saying whether it's true or not, but that is not how you deal with things. Real talk.
True.
So,
Agreed.
So as Cave said, the board needs to. You can't deal with English players a certain way and deal with French players a certain way. All of them is Manchester United players. Full stop.
Exactly.
But chef, it don't matter, because 50 years from now, it can still be the same bullshit again. 50 years from now, we haven't
progressed really.
So we can talk here, and don't get me wrong, I agree with what everybody has said so far, right? But I don't think the guys on the board of Manchester United are going to be protecting Tony Martial. As I mentioned, he's not feeding 1 million kids. He's not English. He's not. Manchester United, as a club based in England, protect their English players because they want the best players from United to be English, which means that they'll represent England.
Correct. And I be honest with you. I mean, all I know, I have a I'm a boy. But if I watch it, because when I watch it the first time, I was like, something wrong here. But then I was like, nah, if that's what Tony getting on with, well then nah, throw you free. You can't be. You're being paid by the club. You have an obligation to the club. But then when I sit down and I think and I'm watching all the media, the what they call it, the domino effect that I saw. This thing was planned. And I didn't appreciate it at all.
I don't know.
This thing was planned.
Well,
Nico,
I doubt it. I'm not doubting it. But it have a serious rift going on.
Yeah. But let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, right? Let me tell you something, because I was listening to this guy who was beyond 5 with Rio, Stephen Housen, right? Yeah, and he was saying that his sources, now he say he cannot say outright, right? But he says somebody informed him that the leak with the information was not Anthony Martial, right? It was Dean Henderson, and that day he ended up leaving training because he heard he wasn't going to play in the FA Cup, right?
So again. You say
it had somebody feeding information,
right?
Right. So he said what he heard that the person was Dean Henderson. Okay. Right? Because Dean Henderson wanted to leave and they're not letting him leave. At least Ragnick say, well, once you get good, at least Manchester United say for Martial, if you get a good offer, you could go. But Dean Henderson not happy with the fact that they're not allowing him to leave because he's looking at World Cup as well. And with that kind of form, David De Gea, and you're not going to get no minutes.
Yeah.
I personally find Manchester United being real unfair to that youth. Real talk.
No, but
Henderson never banned the beak, Martial.
Because we need a because something could happen. De Gea could get injured.
But understand something. All you remember when they brought him back this season, and I guess that was on Ole. It was promised to him that he was going to get substantial minutes, you know.
Yeah, but with the form that he are in.
But I still find that I said the here in you can't question the form here. But first Henderson can be playing in the FA Cup, man. Not even that any youth play.
I think he'd have played, but I guess I don't know whatever excuse they had in the week, say illness or whatever it is.
Yeah,
you know,
and that's
we
the problem because
saying
he
that
say
just
illness.
in case the hair get
He
injured,
say
right?
illness.
But when
If
we
he
got
not
4
ill.
goalkeepers on the books,
Yeah, that can make sense.
Yeah.
that don't make sense.
Yeah.
Something got to give, man.
And is
This club moving so amateurish.
And
You know, it's
constant?
amazing. It's amazing a club that is struggling to win, hasn't won nothing in eons, have so much in fighting to pull and tug and stuff.
Yeah.
That's what I tell you, Manchester. There's a
Yeah,
lot of nonsense
but-
going on
but-
in this club.
But one point I want to make, and it's something that I realized is something that is a constant. Every time a player want to leave, and I remember it even with Ollie, the player is always injured. Right? I don't know if you remember Lukaku,
Yeah.
Antonio Valencia, Alexis Sanchez, the injured.
Yeah.
So when I heard Dean Henderson was sick, that's why he didn't play in the FA Cup, I was just gonna say something wrong. So I mean, let's go from that into this one. Now, Ronaldo had an interview this week.
Ooh, Ronaldo interview, boy.
Right, and earlier that was an eye opener, right? Because
Was it?
Yeah, well, okay, no, it wasn't an eye opener, right? But
He told the
listen-
things.
right, but listening to him, it's like he wanted to say so much more, but because he know he was briefed and he had to stick to a script.
It's out of respect for United.
Yeah, Nick, I don't know if you see it.
Yeah.
But you could tell he was deeply disappointed
Yeah.
in the state that he came back and meet Man
The
United.
club that he come back to. Yeah. You could tell.
Of
Go
course.
ahead, Alia. Go ahead. I know Phil you don't watch it.
The man they want to tell there are a bit of subliminal messages to some players, and they know who they are as well, too, right?
Yeah.
That's where if Ronaldo could, he would tell some of these players about their parents. He would, you know.
Yeah.
He would, right? But being a professional and being that it may be a bit unethical, I respect Ronaldo for that. At the end of the day, Ronaldo left Man United as a winner. Went to Real Madrid, did his thing, left Real Madrid as a winner. Went to Juventus, won a couple of things, left Juventus as a winner. And this is the state that Manchester United is in when he comes back, right?
Losers.
It's almost like the guy does not recognize this Manchester United. Is like where's Roy Keane?
Where the club that make me.
Exactly. Where's Roy Keane? Where's Tevez? Where's Wayne Rooney? Right? You got a bunch of side men and a bunch of yes men. At the end of the day, there was a part of the interview that Ronaldo said he is not playing. He does not want to play for a team. And there's not the exact quote, but he does not want to play for a team who's not challenging for at least top 3. Right?
At least top 3, yeah.
It is not of United to be in 6th and 7th place.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Can you imagine Ronaldo playing Europa League? How can Mr. Champions League play in the Europa League?
At age 37. Listen, one of the things that Ronaldo said, and I will use that part because he repeated a few times. He spoke about the young players at Manchester United.
Yeah, when he was 18, yeah.
Yeah, when he was 18, didn't mind going to the older players, didn't mind talking to them. It was basically Ronaldo was talking about being humble.
Humble, yeah.
Being able to know, listen, I don't know everything. Let me look to be taught. Let me ask questions. But you see, the young players at Manchester United now, them fellas is millionaires.
Yeah, they're rich.
Them fellas is millionaires. And I swear, I hear them talking, and you know who going through my mind listening to him talk?
Greenwood?
Marcus Rashford.
Rashford? Oh, I thought it was Greenwood. Right.
Mason too.
Mm.
Mason, because I just hoping Mason wake up, because certain parts of Mason game, certain things that creeping into Mason game, and he could be so good. What men need to realize, they have a saying that all, that forwards need to be selfish. Dan, that is such a bullshit statement, because Wayne Rooney, who was one of the greatest forwards ever,
And this done with
was one of the most unselfish men too. Then you had to have football IQ. Not everything you could score.
too
Gotta be
unselfish.
playing as a team, playing
You're
as a
playing as
team,
a
not
team.
not
Sometimes
selfish.
it have players you could just lay it off a man
Yeah.
to score easier than you. Your time will come, because our goal score, now you're open.
Everybody talking about on social media and all these media outlets talking about, oh, the team is upset with Ronaldo. No, you're not. A guy is
No, they're
challenging
not.
you. A guy is challenging you to come out of your comfort zone, and you're
Yeah.
upset.
Yep.
That's all. That's all it is.
If let me tell you something, if them fellas, because to be honest, nothing Ronaldo said in that was disrespectful,
No, it
Nothing.
wasn't.
Nothing about that interview was disrespectful. Ronaldo gave a proper interview. And if men vex for what Ronaldo say, you know who they need to be vexed with? The self. Don't be vexed with Ronaldo.
But chef, it's not something he say, right? He say there are stuff wrong at the club and he know how
Yeah.
to fix it. But it
Yeah.
will be
He's not the
unethical for him to
president.
say because
He's
he's
not
not the
the coach.
He said
president.
he's not.
You
He
understand?
said, but I am a player.
No. Yes.
I am a player, and I am not a manager. So basically, he was saying I can't talk out of term. So
Yeah.
Right.
don't
I
expect
just
me
stay
to
my
fix
lane.
it.
I
Right.
stay in
But
my
you say
lane.
he's not the
But
president,
he's
no,
not
he's
the
not the
president.
manager.
Yeah.
And
That
he's not
means
the
it
manager.
start
So
with the
he
board,
talk
it start with the
correct.
owners, and it start
Correct.
with the coach.
Correct.
Man hit with both places on the nail.
I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I'm telling you. So he hits
Yeah, and
everybody.
let me tell
Players
you
guide,
something,
players guide, managers guide, and the
Yeah.
board guide.
Board.
And here's the thing. Other players might say the things Ronaldo say, and they could get blast. There is nobody at Manchester United right now could
Top to bottom.
tell the one of our greatest players ever, who's still at the club, he talking nonsense. Nobody could question the man. That man is a winner.
One also thing that a lot of people gotta stay woke about when following news as well too, right? Manchester United app and Manchester United's website will always look to put a spin on something positive. Look
Yeah.
to
Boy.
put a spin on something negative, right? Because I read the Manchester app and it said, Harry Maguire and the players are all ready and they're all united, right? Forget that. Forget that. You can't fool me with that BS. Okay. When you are
Boy.
looking at the likes of Sky Sports, I don't follow Daily Mail and Daily Express, but those guys are tweeting it as well too. Right?
Yeah.
They're the best at doing it.
Exactly. There's something going on in the dressing room at Manchester United, but a lot of
Something
people will
fundamentally
call
wrong with the club.
United, Harry Maguire, all the players are doing well and training well. A positive spin, but come on, man, we're grown ass men, man. We can see what's going on.
Yeah.
Correct.
There's things wrong.
You really think if the performances reflect how the players are doing in the dressing room? No, they don't.
Exactly.
Nope.
Exactly.
Come on.
I don't know
At
if
least
you
I
guys-
what they say.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Nico, I don't know if you want to chime in on
No. Yeah.
Kev, anything to say on this?
Look, when those reports came out with all those players being unhappy, people were saying, "Oh, you're gonna believe the numbers." It's not that I believe in numbers. It's that players know when a work environment is unhealthy. It's like any other typical work environment. People know when the work environment is unhealthy. These players aren't foolish. They know that Manchester United is being run in the pits. Zlatan, Sanchez, Pogba's brothers, Raiola, whoever, Marino, Vanga, Moyes. So many people spoke about how the club has been run, and people try to villainize them instead of actually taking on board what they were
Every
saying.
season is a scapegoat.
But people don't want to see the truth. The fan base do not want to see the truth.
Yeah.
Wait, any y'all got any British fans watching this? You mostly find the Mancunians. They do not want to hear anything bad about the club. They will hop on anybody's case that speak a truth about the club. Whether they agree with it or not, whether it's true or not, they don't want to hear that. but something
But
is fundamentally
it's
wrong
a
with this
fact.
club.
Yeah.
It's a fact.
Let
And the
Fundamentally
club is
wrong.
going nowhere.
Right.
Let me just go through some of the comments here, right?
I know everything is just coming to the limelight. You can't keep papering over cracks for so long. And you know what?
And it's
I supported Ollie. You can even ask Phil. I supported Ollie like throughout his whole tenure. But no, I'm starting to see how much he compounded the BS that was
Yep.
going on at
Yep.
United.
As
Yep.
much
He
as much
compounded
as some
it
of us,
heavily.
as much of us didn't support Ole or support Ole, I told people Ole Gunnar Solskjaer being fired is inevitable, but a lot of these players will be exposed.
Yeah.
A lot of these players will be exposed for the BS.
And it's coming out. It's coming out now. It's coming out now.
but you see why
the
you
word
feel Ollie lasted so long is because he was a yes man.
He
And
was
these
a
are the
yes
kind of
man.
people.
He's a
These are the kind
company
of
man.
people. Exactly. These are the kind of people the board looking for. That is why Ragnick was
Yeah.
hired. That's why
Ole
they
is
didn't
a
go for
company
Conte.
man.
You
Ole will
understand?
always have a work at United, you know.
When you listen to how Ragnick talking about transfers, you telling me Ragnick, I understand Ragnick deep down will know that the midfield is shit, right?
Yeah, you
But
know
when
that.
I hear you talking, give me some kind of reassurance that you know what you're saying. Now don't tell me you confident with the team that you're playing, that the squad that you have. Look, Conte come out and say, hey, this team needs improving. He ain't throw nobody under the bus. He ain't disrespect nobody.
That's
All
why
he
they
says
don't
is
want
the
Conte.
team, and that is why they don't want Conte, because they want the yes men. And Ollie, people say Ollie leave the squad in a better place, but look what's going on when Ollie go on.
They got two types of guys in this world. When a man approaches you and you ask this guy, go and get me a coffee, the guy gonna either say yes or the guy is gonna say, go and get your own coffee. Right? And right now, we got the guy that's gonna go and say, you know, what how many cream do you want your coffee?
Yeah.
Do you want it, do you want
Another
two
yes
scoops of sugar?
man.
Another yes man.
Yeah. Simeon saying here, Marcel about to expose the nonsense, so destroy what's left of his credibility before he can. Devin just saying the Marcel plug is that Marcel plug was a media spin. I agree with Reem. That was not necessary. It came from the person who advises Ralph on behalf of Man United.
Darren Fletcher.
Abaka Samak over that. Many,
Right.
go ahead.
He also saying here, Marshall leaving, so put the blame on him. Right. Jody saying Ralph could have continued to lie and say he have a knock or something, but he want him to leave and let someone. Yeah, I agree. Just don't say
Hey, you know
nothing.
what? I have an affinity towards the players, right? So I'm more than likely you will find me supporting the players before I support a manager or 50-50. What Marshall is doing right now, I support it. Even if he was kicking up a storm to leave, I support it because I've seen it happen already, and this is his career. A footballer's career is very short. We as fans, we could back a club for 50 years. A footballer career is only lasts about what? 10
10 to
years at the
15
top.
pretty much.
10 years at the top.
Yeah.
They gotta do what they need to do what they need to do for their career benefit.
Yeah.
And if Marshall need to kick, if it was Marshall, I'd be kicking up a start to leave. I'd be kicking up a start to leave too, whether it's unprofessional or not.
And
Because
that is why I'm saying, especially with Henderson, then men, I can't understand how men can comprehend why Henderson want to leave Manchester United. Henderson is
The
a
man want to play
young
World Cup.
20-year-old who
24.
looking to go World Cup.
Yeah.
You want to see how biased this club is? We would shine a spotlight on Donny van de Beek kicking up a storm in the Champions League.
When he throw the gum.
We would shine a spotlight on that. We would shine a spotlight on Paul Pogba changing his hairstyle. We'll shine a spotlight on Tony Martial not wanting to quote unquote train with the club. But we won't shine a spotlight on Dean Henderson leaving training because he didn't
Kicking
get
up a
any
storm.
effort on it.
Storming out the training. Storming out the
Fly
curtain.
past me with the BS. Come on.
Yeah. Akida's saying here we need a proper man manager who these players respect. Think them fellas could do Pep or Klopp that. I agree with Chef. Too much petty off the field issues. Yeah. Jody's saying, Big Phil, what Europa League football you talking about? You could imagine Ronaldo playing Europa League Conference League.
Manchester City Conference League, boy.
Y'all men laughing, but Nah,
he can leave.
Now you gotta leave. You gotta leave. You're going to that.
I
No,
admire Johnny saying. I admire how after the game, Gerard said that at halftime he went in the dressing room. He took a heavy dig into his players. He done put
Man,
down
we
his
don't
foot.
big up Gerard on this page.
Um,
no, but as a manager,
That's what
even
managers do, man.
when you
Yeah.
talk about him, even in Scotland, Gerard is a real no nonsense man. Eh? And let me be real, as a player, Gerard wasn't no smiley fella. That's why they used to he was a captain's captain. I hate Liverpool and I love the fact that he never win a league. But as a football fan, you could get Jack the jacket.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Put
So
some holes
them
in that
fellas
Simeon,
have
jacket
to
first.
respect it.
Simeon saying here, Ollie isn't the only agent for the board. Past players are watching this team rot, saying nothing. I don't understand it. It's sickening. Yeah, very, very true.
Yep.
Very, very true.
People
So,
don't want to
fellas,
burn the bridges, man.
yeah. Everybody wants to make sure that they have that avenue open to walk back into the club to get some
Yeah,
position.
to get work.
Yeah.
Everybody still wants to see a face in case of got
The only
future.
person don't care for no work is Roy
Roy
Keane.
King. Roy King.
He didn't say it as it is.
Rocky both here, boy.
Jody saying, yeah, a little laugh. That's why we draw the game today. I given the man his props. Yeah. True. So guys, we've digested a lot today. And thanks for those on the comments who've been, bringing some of your thoughts as well. So Wednesday, we here again. I think it's Brentford,
Yeah, Brentford.
Yeah, Brentford.
right? So
Away.
let's look to away to
Away.
Brentford.
A very
let me-
tricky game.
Yeah, very much so.
Yeah.
So let's look to wrap it up. So we want to get closing thoughts and factor in, the Brentford game as you go. Chef?
That is a very tricky game again. That is a team. That's actually one of the teams that came up who I like to watch play football. They have a nice style of football, and they will come at you. But they also have. They're not a bad team. So, but I would say 2-1 United.
Yeah. Yeah. For me. We know Brentford is a very aggressive team, right? So they're going to be very aggressive, and I think that is our Achilles heel. When other teams come aggressive at us, we doesn't know how to respond to that. We just go into a shell. So they're going to be aggressive, and same thing with Aston Villa today. You saw it. Aston Villa came out in the second half aggressive at us, and that is where we started to falter. Right, in the first half, there was more passive, and they allow us to play. So we look real good. But the moment they started to come at us, we struggle, and I think that again we may struggle with against Brentford. But hopefully, our quality should shine through. I am hoping that even Bruno, we see some of that calculated football from Bruno again. That would be refreshing to see, and I think if we see some more of that, I think we could win games. We should be able to beat Brentford, but definitely won't be an easy game.
Yeah. Kev?
Yeah, man. Honestly, I haven't watched any Brentford games this season, but I did watch them last season. Watched a few games last season for the championship, and I saw that they're good at pressing. We've been struggling against teams that press. We've been struggling against teams that press. So, I think when I mentioned that stat earlier about the teams that we faced so far, that Ryan faced so far in the league, they were all at the bottom for shots on target. Brentford is one of those teams too. So Ryan is getting an easy. No. On paper, Ryan is getting a supposedly easy start because he faced Norwich, Newcastle, Burnley, Wolves, Crystal Palace, Aston Villa, and no Brentford. All of these teams are ranked in the bottom for shots on target. So I don't know how that is going to translate on the field because of apparently the teams that rank at the bottom with shots on target and chances created are giving us hell. And so hopefully we have enough quality to edge out a result. But I'm not holding out anything for this United squad, man. They're too inconsistent. So that's as best I can give it. I don't have a solid prediction.
All right, no problems. Yeah, man.
It's just hope. I'm part of Hope FC.
Yeah, before I come to Phil, Jody saying my last comment, my daughter wants to pull off her hair today when the final whistle here, boy, to give her
boy.
to
That
blow up
she
the
don't
whole
get-
lead.
She don't get too deep in this United thing, eh? She's too young for that. She'll
I-
get great
I
too.
feel like it's too late. Jody already trained her well.
Hey, well invested.
Phil,
Boy, when it comes to Brentford, we know how aggressive they can be. But if we had to get this game in our favor, I think the referee for that game should be that referee from the AFCON of Nations who blew off the game early. Blew off the game at the 85th
Zambia.
minute. And I kid you not, if the referee from that AFCON game was refereeing this Aston Villa game today and he blew off the game at the 85th minute, we would
we'd
have
have
won.
win. Yeah.
Could have
We would
been.
win.
Nice man, Jody.
Right?
Nice. Keep it
But
up.
you know what? Produce that same first half versus Aston Villa today versus Brentford, and then you take it again in that second half versus Brentford. I mean, it's almost like a hit and hope with United these days, right? You never know which United is going to come. And as Cave mentioned earlier in the podcast, name one or two outfield players who have gave us back-to-back games consistently. You don't know. Can Bruno give us that game of being disciplined and being well calculated versus Brentford? I have no idea. Not Marcus Rashford.
Elanga.
Mason Greenwood and Elanga. Are they going to start next game, or are we going to see Marcus Rashford back on the field and Harry Maguire? I don't know, right? But you can only hope and pray, right? So on to Brentford we go, man.
Yeah. Callum on the inside, man. He's saying I'm
Me,
fed
Callum.
up.
I fed up.
Right? I'm fed up by the same thing.
Yeah, over and over.
That's a fed up. That is a fed up.
No, but here it's right. We saw a lot of positivity in the first half, but then when the fellas, started to lose legs, that's when we all say they reverted to type, and I kind of concerned because most of the players who play today going to play Wednesday, and that is what 3 days away. So at what point in the game will they revert to type? Because Brentford, when Brentford playing tomorrow, are they playing tomorrow? I don't know.
Yeah, they're playing in the morning.
In the morning, right? So I don't know what their conditioning is at Brentford, but I know if we played Monday and a week later, well, almost a week, Monday, Saturday, we will only be able to give you a good 45. Then with 3 days rest or 2 days rest, I don't know how long we'll get that kind of consistency from the team. That is my take on it, because anytime the team get tired, we just revert to that old style. And that old style is something very, very easy to beat.
Yeah.
Right? So that's what I'm concerned about. With less time to prepare, how long we're going to see that proper brand of football. I am hopeful, and everybody seems to echo the hope term. I'm hopeful that we're able to stretch it, at least get the early goals, because when we get early goals, we tend to play with a lot more confidence, a little more relaxed. So if we could get the early goal, and I mean, hopefully with the opportunities that we'll create, with the team, with Brentford having to press and go on the front foot, that we'll take our
Brentford
chances.
will give you opportunities to score.
So I hope that we take with chances.
Yeah.
So yeah, Callum saying here, once the three-quarter Brazilian Fred we playing, we are doomed. Darian, thanks for joining, man. He's saying better we quick sim the season. Yeah.
What is that? Oh,
That's a FIFA fit, yeah.
okay.
Yeah, boy. So anyway, guys, it was nice. Thanks for those in the comment section. Phil, Chef, and Cave. Thanks for joining Nico and myself on All in All United. Guys, please remember that we are on Facebook. Well, most of you will be viewing on Facebook, but we're also on YouTube. So you can go across there and subscribe. Alright? So that'll be it. We'll see you all on Wednesday for the Brentford game. So have a good night and see you all on the next one.
There you go.
Yeah, man.